Hi, I'm Gabe. In this problem, we're asked to consider the equation y equals x cubed plus 3, test it for symmetry, then find the x and the y-intercepts, and then finally graph the equation. Now, to test for symmetry, we'll begin with looking for x-axis symmetry. In order to test for x-axis symmetry, what we do is we replace y with negative y and see if the resulting equation is the same as the one that we started with. So replacing y with negative y, we have negative y equals x cubed plus 3, which if you'll notice is not equivalent to the equation that we started with. So we do not have x-axis symmetry. Now to test for y-axis symmetry, we replace x with negative x and see if the resulting equation is equivalent to the one that we began with. So replacing x with negative x, we have y is equal to negative x cubed plus 3, which we can simplify and rewrite as y equals negative x cubed plus 3. Again, this is not equivalent to the equation that we started with, so we do not have y-axis symmetry. The last symmetry that we have to test for is symmetry with respect to the origin. So in order to test for origin symmetry, we replace x with negative x and y with negative y. Doing so, we have negative y is equal to negative x cubed plus 3, which we can simplify and rewrite as negative y equals negative x cubed plus 3. Again, here, you'll want to note that this equation is not equivalent to the equation that we started with. So we do not have origin symmetry. So since we don't have symmetry with respect to the x-axis, the y-axis, or the origin, we'll want to go ahead and create a table to find some points on our graph. So let's look for some corresponding y values for some x values. So we'll start at 0, and we'll take x values to the left and to the right of 0. So let's go over 1, 2 to the right, and we'll go negative 1, negative 2 to the left. So now what we want to do is we want to find the corresponding y values. So in order to find y when x is negative 2, we'll substitute negative 2 into our original equation. So when x equals negative 2, y is equal to negative 2 cubed plus 3, which is equal to negative 8 plus 3, which is negative 5. So the y value when x is equal to negative 2 is negative 5. Now continuing on like this, what we'll see is that when x is equal to negative 1, y is equal to 2. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 4. And when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 11. So this right here gives us some of our points on our graph. But before we graph the equation, let's go ahead and find both the x and the y-intercepts. Now to find the x-intercept, we set our y value in the original equation to 0 and solve for x. So doing so, we have 0 is equal to x cubed plus 3. Now we wish to solve for x. We'll subtract 3 from each side of the equation, leaving us with negative 3 is equal to x cubed. And from here, we can take cube roots of both sides of the equation, giving us x equals the cube root of negative 3. So our x-intercept then is the point cube root of negative 3, 0. Now the y-intercept is obtained by setting x equal to 0 and solving for y. Well, if you'll notice, we already found the y value when x is equal to 0. So our y-intercept is the point 0, 3. Now in order to graph our function, we'll go ahead and we'll plot the points on our graph. So we know that our graph is going to go through the point -2, 5, because when x is equal to -2, y is equal to -5. The next point on our graph will be -1, 2, because when x is equal to -1, y is equal to 2. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. This point right here is also our y-intercept. When x is equal to 1, y is equal to 4. And when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 11. Now the last point that we have to plot on our graph is the x-intercept. And the x-intercept we found was a cube root of -3, 0. In order to approximate where the cube root of -3 is, let's evaluate the cube root of -3 in the calculator. So -3 to the power of 1/3 is approximately -1.4. So the x-intercept is approximately the point -1.40, which is somewhere right about here. So now that we have several points of our graph plotted, in order to sketch our graph, we'll just connect these points, drawing a smooth curve. And there we have the graph of y equals x cubed plus 3. Thank you.